What's up and welcome, my name's JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to the football recap where we look over the football news daily here on the channel. I say daily, I took a week off, apologies for that, but we're going to try and keep the football recap momentum going or restart it, and today we have some news to cover. But before we get into the video, make sure to check out the link in the description for the Fantasy Football Magazine, the only subscription fantasy football magazine sent to your door monthly with some tips from some of the best experts in the game. So we are going to start off with news that is a bit close to my heart. For those of you that don't know, I follow West Ham. I don't support West Ham, I'm an AFC fan, AFC Wimbledon that is, but I do follow West Ham very closely. And of course there is the news that Slaven Bilic got sacked, which was a while ago, and David Moyes, yes I said David Moyes, David Moyes is his replacement. And if you can't tell, I'm not exactly ecstatic about that because I do not see the ambition or the real life reason for hiring David Moyes to replace Slaven Bilic. Now I get Slaven Bilic needed to go. He had a terrible start. He didn't exactly fill us all with hope and glory last season either, so Slaven Bilic's time was up. I think he got very lucky by having a group of players around Dimitri Payet who did incredibly well for him at the beginning, and then it all kind of went downhill from there. So we definitely needed some new blood leading the side. But David Moyes, really? Like, even some of the quotes coming from Brady, from David Sullivan, are just not awe-inspiring at all. This is the man that they've hired off of his achievements at Everton. Since then, he's been manager at Man United, Real Sociedad and at Sunderland, and he's failed at each of those jobs. And they're talking about we've hired him because of what he achieved in Everton and how well he's respected in the game. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that much respect for David Moyes' managerial experience. It's almost like they just signed him because he had the same first name as the two owners of the club. We only have to go a couple of months back and Brady was saying David Moyes was a sexist pig for what he said to a reporter, and now David Moyes has a 6-month contract at West Ham to rescue us from relegation. And it's not like West Ham is the most standard of clubs as far as ownership goes, with 2 joint owners. We also have Brady in the mix. All 3 of those people have been in charge or in power at West Ham for a considerable amount of time, but never seem to be on the same page. And Sullivan also is very quick to come out and say bad things about managers, so I can't see it being too long before he says something about David Moyes. I just don't see this working. And when you have the likes of Ronald Koeman available, why on earth have we gone for David Moyes? Now, I could have to eat my words at some point. It could be proven to me that David Moyes does still have something to offer the game, and he does rather well at West Ham. But I personally right now do not see it, and I'm very, very worried about the future of West Ham as a football club if David Moyes is the person that is chosen as our new manager. I just don't see the ambition. So with news in the UK not exactly inspiring me, and of course I could talk about the England game against Germany, but again, I'm not inspired to talk about that either. I'm actually going to go over to France and talk about some of the things that are happening in French football at the moment. One of them being apparently Neymar is not happy at PSG. How can you not be happy on the amount of money Neymar is getting? Apparently he's already clashing with coaches and teammates and already wants to return to Spain. And how long has it been since he transferred? Maybe 2 or 3 months? I mean, we've had the clash on field between him and Cavani over penalty and free kick taking duties. We've also seen a very emotional Neymar in press conferences and interviews recently when he has been questioned about this. I mean, he's definitely performing. He's performed really well. Over 12 games, he's got 11 goals and 7 assists. But apparently Neymar is also disagreeing during training with the PSG manager, ranging from the Brazilian's work ethic during training and his lack of interest in the manager's video analysis as well. We have reports now that Neymar has actually spoken to former teammates Piqué and Luis Suarez and says he regrets his move to Paris Saint-Germain. And let's just compile everything for those Barcelona fans that may be hoping Neymar comes back. Neymar apparently wouldn't consider moving to Real Madrid as a betrayal to his former team Barcelona, which I'm pretty sure all the Barcelona fans would consider a betrayal, Neymar, so just be ready if you do go to Real Madrid to get a backlash from the Barcelona fans. And then this has been quite a long episode of the football recap. There is the other thing I want to cover in the French league, and that's Patrice Evra sacked by Marseille and banned by UEFA for the Kung Fu kick on a supporter, and if I can, I will put a video up of that right now. Patrice Evra has been terminated by Marseille and banned from football until June 18 for this kick against a defender who Patrice Evra claims was abusing him. In the Marseille statement, they said he's been exemplary on the field and in the locker room. However, on November the 2nd, he committed an irreparable act by responding to provocations from a handful of individuals. And they continue, nothing justified such a reaction, especially from a senior player whose attitude both on and off the pitch should inspire the youngest of us. Marseille also, however, did say this incident also highlighted the unacceptable attitude of a small number of people who uttered insults and threats of violence towards the player and his family before contemptuously invading the pitch. So you can see that there's some understanding from the Marseille club, but the fans do not have any understanding at all, who held up a sign in last Sunday's game for Marseille where they say, "We don't want you in our colours anymore, Evra, get lost." Marseille have also been fined by UEFA for this incident £25,000, and all I've got to say is, whilst I can definitely understand that no player ever wants to take abuse from fans, especially about their family, there is a responsibility not only from the fans to act maturely and responsibly, but also the football player. He should not be attacking a fan no matter what they say. There are other avenues to go through when something like this happens. You can kind of understand why he lashed out, but you'd expect him to be more professional, especially the age he is and the maturity he should be showing to the younger players in the Marseille club. Unfortunately, it's going to have a negative effect on his career, especially for the next 8 months. But hopefully, Patrice Evra can find his way back into the game like a lot of other great players before who have made mistakes. So hopefully, this isn't the last we see of Patrice Evra. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the football recap. Sorry that it was gone for a week, but I decided to take some time off, spend it with the family. Hope you understand during the international break. However, now we're going to have the push until the end of the year where we're going to try and do plenty of these football recaps. So hit a like on it if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more football recap in your subscription box. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.